Severe weather has complicated efforts to determine the damage to the 266-foot drill barge called the Kulluk. The concern is not for the crew. All 18 aboard were evacuated by the Coast Guard. The worry is the more than 160,000 gallons of diesel fuel and oil locked deep in the rig's hull, all being relentlessly battered by waves as high as 4-story buildings. We spoke by phone with Coast Guard Captain Paul Mailer in Anchorage.
Just in where the Kulluk sits on the rocks, this is going to be a very challenging response. It's going to take a lot of smart, talented people to figure out our way ahead.
More than 500 people are involved in staging equipment nearby to help contain any leak or spill.
There's always the threat. There's this vessel's on the rocks, and there are still very heavy seas. So that's why we're moving with all the response equipment and preparing.
The Kulluk doesn't have its own propulsion. It was being towed to Seattle for maintenance when it broke free in that massive storm. The rig is used largely for test drilling and is part of Shell's effort to open Arctic waters to oil production. That exploration, though, has been opposed by environmentalists out of fear the Arctic's harsh conditions are no match for even the most robust equipment. Shell says the $290 million Kulluk is made to withstand ice, and its reinforced steel hull should protect its oil and fuel tanks. Now, what the Coast Guard hopes to do is actually to get some salvage workers down on the deck of the Kulluk to get an up-close look to check for any damage or leaks, weather permitting, of course. If all is well, Anthony, the next step, of course, is try to figure out how to get that rig off the rocks, if that's possible, in the first place.
Yeah, no easy task. Lee Cowan, thanks, Lee.